Imagine creating a movie that costs a modest $14 million, only for it to completely outpace a multi-million-dollar blockbuster franchise on its very first day. It sounds like an indie filmmaker's dream, but for the creators of Sound of Freedom, it was a grueling 5-year nightmare. Completed in 2018 with a distribution deal locked in, the project suddenly vanished into thin air the moment a major corporate merger took place. It wasn't officially canceled, nor was it given a delayed release date. It simply ceased to exist in the public eye, locked away in a corporate vault while the creators fought desperately to buy back the rights to their own work. When a specialized studio finally rescued the film and released it on the 4th of July in 2023, the industry was left completely stunned. The project pulled in over $250 million globally, proving that the public was starving for a story that major executives seemingly wanted no part of. The executive producer behind the project was none other than a controversial Hollywood heavyweight who had already learned how the industry treats outsiders. While the director publicly claimed the film merely got lost in corporate translation during a massive studio acquisition, critics wondered how a movie tackling such a sensitive, high-stakes global crisis could be overlooked for half a decade. The narrative on screen was intense, but what happened behind the scenes was arguably more alarming. While filming on location in Colombia, the reality of the subject matter collided directly with the production team. Local traffickers reportedly approached the crew in broad daylight, openly asking if they were looking to purchase young boys or girls. It wasn't a scripted moment or a cinematic stunt. It was a stark, horrifying reminder that the very trade they were trying to expose was operating right outside their trailer doors. The lead actor, known for his intense dedication to dramatic roles, refused to stop speaking out even after the camera stopped rolling. He publicly stated that the entertainment industry had reached an incredibly dark place, where creative freedom comes with heavy, unspoken strings. By the time the movie finally reached theater screens, this high-profile actor had already been systematically excluded from mainstream studio projects for years. His willingness to speak on topics most public figures avoid completely transformed him from a traditional celebrity into a rogue voice shouting against a deeply entrenched system. During private screenings in Las Vegas, the lead actor noticed a bizarre pattern among the audiences. At one specific moment in the footage, whispers would reliably ripple through the crowd. When he finally asked viewers what they were reacting to, the room collectively shouted out the name of a notorious private island. The actor realized right then exactly what kind of invisible wall the project was up against. He publicly warned that the infamous destination everyone knew about was far from the only setup of its kind operating in the world. The moment the film defied expectations at the box office, a fast, highly coordinated media backlash took shape. Outlets that had previously praised the real-world rescue efforts inspiring the movie suddenly pivoted, labeling the cinematic adaptation as dangerous fringe propaganda. Even the director found himself trying to separate the film's core message from the lead actor's increasingly radical public statements regarding hidden elite rituals. Yet just as the media attempts to discredit the project peaked, a massive shift occurred that forced the entire industry to look at their own doorsteps. By August of 2023, the independent project had officially crossed the $100 million domestic milestone. That was the exact moment internet culture collided with daytime television royalty. Tens of thousands of social media users suddenly began flooding the personal Instagram page of a beloved daytime host. Under videos of her cooking, lighthearted comedy sketches, and casual photos, the comment sections were completely overwhelmed by just 3 words: the title of the film. This wasn't just a minor wave of internet trolling, it was a massive, unrelenting digital demonstration. For a celebrity who spent nearly 2 decades branding her entire multi-million-dollar empire around the simple phrase, "be kind," her reaction was deafening. She stayed completely silent. No acknowledgments, no public statements, and no defensive PR moves. While casual observers dismissed it as a bizarre algorithm trend, those tracking the situation closely noted that this absolute silence would soon take on a much heavier meaning as the public timeline began to fracture. The landscape shifted completely when federal authorities unsealed a massive cache of documents involving high-profile international exploitation networks. Suddenly, names from finance, government, and top-tier entertainment were laid bare for public viewing. Among those millions of pages of data, the daytime host's name appeared multiple times. According to the actual files, a prominent Hollywood publicist had forwarded correspondence referencing seeing the celebrity at a high-end party in St. Bart's, along with various legal newsletter mentions and redacted graduation speech quotes. It is crucial to look at what the paperwork actually confirms versus what internet theories claim. Official fact-checkers quickly pointed out that these appearances do not constitute evidence of criminal behavior or direct involvement in prominent music mogul had appeared on her talk show, openly joking on camera that his late-night gatherings were a completely different, unmentionable type of party. Fast forward to his federal arrest on severe trafficking and racketeering charges, and an old, cryptically worded birthday tweet from the host suddenly became one of the most scrutinized screenshots on the internet. The scrutiny only intensified when people looked at the tragic timelines of those closest to her. A former romantic partner from the late 90s who claimed her career was systematically halted after their public breakup tragically lost her life in a highly scrutinized car crash. Months later, the show's longtime co-host and executive producer, who friends claimed was deeply stressed by a massive toxic workplace scandal that ended the show, was found dead in a Los Angeles hotel room. While official medical examiners ruled both tragic losses as entirely accidental and self-inflicted respectively, the internet refused to let the timing go, fueling endless speculation about what secrets might have been kept behind closed studio doors. With public pressure mounting, the daytime icon and her spouse ultimately made a massive move, purchasing an $18 million estate in the English countryside and exiting the United States entirely. While she publicly cited political shifts as her primary reason for leaving, online critics viewed the sudden relocation as a calculated escape from an impending legal storm. Meanwhile, the creators of the hidden blockbuster continue to push their message into the mainstream. At a recent private gala, the film's executive producer stood before a crowd and delivered a fierce, uncompromising warning, stating that powerful individuals acting as wolves in sheep's clothing have preyed upon the vulnerable for too long. This entire saga leaves us looking at an industry completely divided. On one side stand powerful figures, retreating from the public eye as old files come to light. On the other side stand veteran creators who claim they have been fighting a hidden system since the late 90s. It forces us to confront the ultimate question that started it all. Why did the entertainment industry fight so fiercely to bury a story that the public ultimately paid hundreds of millions of dollars to see? Let me know your thoughts on this entire timeline in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for the next